Hey guys, it's Ranbir Kapoor.
And I'm Priyanka Chopra and you're watching us at the UK Asian.
Welcome to the occasion. Welcome to London. How's it been? I mean, is this like the least desirable aspect of filmmaking? The constant, repetitive kind of.
It is, and it's not. It is because you're constantly saying the same things. You've been asked the same thing over and over again. But sometimes you do movies that you're really happy with and you're really proud of. So you want to talk about it. You want to go out because it's an important part of filmmaking. Now it's marketing of film. The more you talk about, the more you travel, the more people are aware of it, hence they'll come and see your film. So it's important, but it is tiring, yes.
I actually enjoy promotion.
Because you like talking.
Thanks. I do, but I like talking about my films.
Gets repetitive as well. I mean, if you could put away £1 today for every time somebody asked you, tell me a little bit about your character. What would you be able to buy today?
Well, I play a game with myself to try and,
I would buy London.
That's true, you'd be able to buy that.
Yeah, what's the game?
That you try and do it as differently as possible in every interview. You say, how do I say this differently? Hota nahi hai, but at least you can try.
That's the challenge, yeah.
That's the challenge in it. How will I say the same thing differently?
Same thing differently. Cool. Right, the movie itself, now I know this is a romance, but there was there a sense when you were making it that there was a slightly higher purpose within the film, given the fact that it's kind of it's touching on disability and disability in India. Was that something that the filmmakers and you guys as actors thought about when you took on the roles?
Not for me. I didn't really. What happens with, at least with most films that I have seen which showcase some form of disability, is that it evokes a sense of sympathy or pity for the person with the disability, whereas this film is not at all about that. It doesn't harp on about the disability at all. The disability literally is coincidental in the film. It becomes irrelevant after a point. You love Barfi for the character that he is. You love Jilmil for the character that she is. You start forgetting that they have disabilities, and you're supposed to feel like, oh my God, it must be so hard for them to live their lives. No, I think the philosophy of the film is don't worry, be Barfi, because that's what he teaches you. He teaches you that you don't need much in life actually to be happy. And that's the beauty of this movie. That's not something we really thought of. I think, at least I didn't, when I came on board the film. The more you cerebralize it, you lose the charm of this film. And when I realized that, I kind of understood German.
But you guys have to be like the best looking two disabled people in all of India, man. I mean, that's crazy, But I mean, so unwittingly then, I mean, you've given that message that, okay, you don't need to be able, you can be differently abled and live a fulfilling, really rich life.
You can be able and live a fulfilling life. That's what I'm trying to say. That if you're able, you can live a fulfilling life. That's the challenge in today's day and age.
So none of you are going to be establishing any charities to benefit like deaf and dumb people or autistic people? Nothing like that?
No, I think that's a little silly. Because you've done a film or a character which is like that. You do it if you feel for it, if you really want to do something. And also, sometimes you speak about it, you don't need to speak about it. You're doing something because, like I said, you feel for it, so you don't have to talk about it. But nothing of that sort. You've done this film, deals with certain kind of disabled people, so we're going to do charities for them. At least for me, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't use that as. I'm sure when people do it, it's because they've got touched by a certain something that they have discovered while doing a film. But I don't think that should be a reason.
So you didn't immerse yourself in the role to the extent that you started kind of empathizing.
I think with Anurag Basu, he wrote this script, the story of this film, and I guess when both of us heard it at separate times, we both must have had a our notions, okay, we're going to play it like this, and it's going to be this hard, and this is what we're going to do. But by the time we started shooting, we had to just forget all of that. We just had to kind of be present and just be there and be honest to the moment at that time. I fortunately, for my case, that I worked as an assistant director on a film called Black, and so I interact with a lot of deaf and mute people. So I know how they are. And they're pretty normal. They only can't speak and they can't hear, but they're very good at lip reading. They're very sharp. So just certain nuances you keep, and then you forget all of the other things. It just becomes part of you because you're playing this part over a period of 1 year. So after a few days, it's just like that becomes you, and now you're just trying to do a new scene, a new moment, a new interaction. And the relationship between our character and my character is something which doesn't have a reference. There's no dialogue. So we have, like, say, a minute to do this one scene where we have to say this about the film, the story. How do we do it? Because we don't have dialogues. So everything had to be improvised. Everything had to be like organic. Everything had to be, something which is weird, which is off. Sometimes you get it right. Sometimes you don't.
Which you won't do normally, I guess. The perspective of every scene was to be seen unconventionally.
We're not trying to be. It's just that we're also in this predicament, and she's autistic, I'm deaf and mute, and there's this really tragic thing, but it's funny, it's comic. How do you play it? Or the opposite. So I think every situation that Anurag Basu wrote in this film, or put us into, was something which we had no reference to. So we don't know if it's good or bad. But all we know is that the film has a feeling, the film has honesty, the film it's coming from somewhere deep down, from the director's heart, that he's really said something in this film.
Why was it set in the 70s? What was the thinking behind that?
I asked this question to Anurag Basu, and his whole thing was that love at that time had a little bit more of an idealistic quality. It had a sense of, a fantasy play to it. In today's day and age, it's faster. Not saying that today is worse or today is better, but at that time, it just suited the story of this film. The three characters, the three characters are very endearing. They're very weird. At the same time, they're very eccentric. They have their own eccentricities. So it just fitted into that world. It was quite easy to fit into that world.
So today's world would be a bit too, I don't know.
I don't know if you will identify with such characters in today's world. Actually, you can put these three characters at any
period, anywhere.
But I think at that time it was just a more romantic period. It was just something. The world fitted. I don't know.
The music,
everything. The music, the clothes, everything.
Okay, a couple of last questions. Ranbir first. Something that's coming up for you, Bombay Velvet. Arguably the best director of his generation, arguably the best young male actor of your generation. Can you comment a little bit about what's coming up about Bombay Velvet?
Well, no, I can. It's too. I haven't started. I still have two films to complete before I get there. But really excited. I'm also a big fan of Anurag's work, especially Wasipur Part 2. It's a great character for me to play. It's different. It's a film noir, 50s gangster flick. So looking forward to it, and I hope that I can be able to enjoy it as much as I enjoyed this film.
Do you know what it's about?
It's a gangster flick.
It's a gangster
flick in the 50s, and it's the emergence of Marine Drive.
Cool. And Priyanka, next month you're going to be in America doing your music. Are you working with the NFL? Or?
Well, my single release
is going to be releasing. Why the NFL?
I don't know why. It's a song called In My City, which features It Will I Am, and it's my first single. And it was a great opportunity for me to be associated with the NFL. It's going to be the song is going to be the theme of the NFL this year, and why them? I don't know. It's a great platform, and the song.
When I was in America, I remember NFL was always the big thing on television. It's like Ha Kaun Banega Crorepati. It has the highest TRP ratings. All the famous ad films, Budweiser ads, all the great ad films. Usually it costs a lot of money because there's a lot of viewership. So I guess it's a great platform to launch something.
Thursday night football is big,
It's huge.
Yeah, and the song kind of it'll represent every team that's playing in every city. So, and it's called Welcome to My City. So it's scary for me. The single releases with the first game, which is of the season, which will be on the 13th, and Barfi releases on the 14th. So it's
in America as well.
Barfi releases worldwide
on the 14th. Yeah.
And the single releases on the 13th. So it's like completely different, diametrically opposite things happening at the same time. I kind of feel schizophrenic right now.
I know, it's scary. I mean, have you seen any of her plays? Huge. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. All the best.